Well, hello, man cavers. We are back with our little hit and miss. So let's see if we can get this Carburetor off and, yeah, have another dig in. Ah. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. So, folks and folkettes, thank you very much for all your comments. Somebody did say they think this is a model engine. What did he say? It was a bits and piece engine of a model, of a WIT model or some fine thing or other. Somebody else said, did I try turning the crank round, conrod round, sorry, to see if it misses the little gap? And sadly, it's still notchy. It's notchy this way, a hell of a notch there. And if we do spin this round 180 degrees, so it goes in the other way, it is even worse, I believe. Yeah, the piston don't even like going in and out that way. So, I think it's a case of, it needs to stay the way I had it. Let's try that. No, it doesn't like that at all. It doesn't like that at all. So the piston, it needs to go this way. But we will be having that piston out again because I have to do that Gudgeon pin. But for now, we're going to concentrate our efforts on this fuel maker happener. Now then, I didn't have an Allen key yesterday. I could not be bummed to drive 30 miles to Man Cave HQ to get them, but while we and the missus were in Dereham today, we went to good old Lidl, whatever you want to call it, and I got a precision screwdriver set for the grand total of about £6. So I'm going to hack this thing open, because I think there are Allen keys. Look at that little set for £6. You can't grumble, boys. Right, let's have a look. See if we've got one the right size. What have we got in here? I think these are Phillips. These ones are flatheads, and I think we've got Torx. No, these are flatheads. We've got Torx. Right, here you go. We've got small Allen key here. There's 3 sizes. Will any of them fit? Oh my God, even this one, way too big. Let's go next size smaller. See if we've got one. What's this one here? That's the next size down. Do it tell you on there what size it is? Tells her on the end what it is. Is that 2.5 mil? Way too big. Crikey. So let's go down. I think this is Last Chance Saloon. I think this is the smallest we got in here. And that is a hexagon 2 mil. Will that fit? Right. £6 well spent. Will it undo them? Oh. Yes. Right. It's undoing these. I see the carburetor come loose. There we are. So let's get in this side. There we go. There's our valve block. Valve block stroke carburetor coming off. So let's get these out of here. I want to get these right out. There you go. Are our carburetor bolts. Here is our carburetor or fuel mixer, whatever you want to call it. Is this made out of steel again? It is. Yep, this whole thing is made of steel. Hence why this engine is so damned heavy. Right, let's get my clean dirty rag again, because I want to take this to pieces and see what these valves actually look like. I think to do that, there's four little screws in there. So let's move him to one side for a minute. I can probably use another screwdriver out of my set, can't I? Look at this. Right, where are the little flat bladers? These aren't flat, these aren't flat. No, they're not flat. Right, this is a flat screwdriver. Will this do these? Yep, that's one coming undone, look. Ah, that's two coming undone. Right. So thank you very much for all your positive comments on this. And somebody did come up with a good idea. They said, before I actually run an ignition on this, run it on an electric motor for a while. Do you know, I think you might be onto something, sort of. Yeah, drive it, belt drive it for a bit off an electric motor for a couple of hours or so. And just bed in. Will this come apart now? It does. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that for precision. And there are our valves. Let me take these dotty little screws out so they don't get lost. There we are. Look at these dotty little valves. Tonk, tonk. Has he put a little... He's even put a... Can you see? He's even put a proper little valve seat on them. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see in there? It's a proper little valve seat. Do you know, that is phenomenal. And we've got another valve in the bottom, which lifts up, look. Yeah, this engine I don't think has ever been ran. So I think we're going to give these a little clean up with our diesel. So let me get gloved up and we'll get these cleaned. So here we are. Let's get our little tub of diesel back in here. And we'll get our brush again. And we'll just get in there and clean all that. And then we'll go over this again with brake cleaner. Just to rinse all this old gunky diesel out. Somebody said, is this a diesel compression engine? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's put that piece on the back of the engine, and I believe that's to have a set of contacts to run a buzz coil. I don't think he's put provisions for an injection pump on there. And I wouldn't have thought this would be high enough compression or develop high enough compression to even get that. Very doubtful. There we go. We've cleaned this carburetor up. There. So we'll clean our brush again. There we go. Put him to one side. And out come the brake clean. Push that valve in. It's coming. If I push the valve in, let me try and do this left-handed. If I push the valve in, that actually come out the exhaust, look. See that? So we've definitely got clear passage through there. Open this valve. There we go. There we go. So that is our carb block. Well and truly cleaned out. So let's give them a little forced dry. Here we are. with our microfiber cloth. I mean, that is spotless. Bit of paint on there, look. I say this engine is not at its final build. I just plonked the crank in there. Basically, I put everything in so the engine didn't get sort of interrupted or bits lost. So no, it's definitely not its final. How did that come apart? Was it like that? No, it's the other way, wasn't it? Like this. Because it went on the engine. Hang on, that went on the engine. Ah, why didn't I check this? Oh, like this, wasn't it? This way, of course. That needle was round. It was like this, wasn't it? No, because the exhaust got to come this way. It was like that, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. It was like that. Not that you can see. There we go. I believe that carburetor went back on like that. So let's get this carburetor screwed back together. So I'll just drop the little screws back in. And we'll get one located. So far, Mr. Little's screwdrivers, precision screwdriver set, for £6, I think they have paid for themselves. I say it was cheaper for me to just go, when we was in Lidl, to buy a set than go down to my parents' place, 30 miles there, 30 miles back, just to get some. There we are. Okay, well, let me get these all tightened down. I might as well just do it on camera, mightn't I? Do them in diagonals. Before you all bitch and moan and say that should have a gasket in there. I don't think it should. Thought the screwdriver just broke. No, she's alright, that just slipped. There we go, that's our carburetor back together. Now on our mating surface of our engine, somebody else said, why don't I strip all the paint down off this and have it bare metal? I want to see how well machined this surface is, what that's on. Pretty damn good. It's certainly flat. Yeah, that's going to be fine, I think. Do we want a little bit of RTV on that? I doubt it. I think she's going to be alright. I think it'll be fine. Alright, let's get our screws back in. 1 Allen screw, 2 Allen screw. But what I probably will do is, like you guys said, I'll probably run this off an electric motor for a bit. I'll have to rig something up. So this can be run off an electric motor, like you said. What is going on here? These holes he's put in here are not really big enough. So we need to get that mated in the right place. Before the screws will go in. And that's totally wrong. Come on. There you go. Yeah, them holes are not big enough in this. Oh, they are now. Here we go. Here we go. She wanted a little wiggle. Is that one going in? No, well, we're not lined up there at all, are we? I know why, because this cam this little nut on here needs spinning back in to get that, because that carburetor is now pushing against that valve, that push rod. So I think we need to back that off. There you go. We need to back that off, and then that should go back in. Is it going in? Not forcing it. There we go. That's one in. So we'll probably need a bit of RTV on there so that don't draw air in. But we're a long, long way off that yet. We have certainly got to, like I think you guys say, try and bench run this thing to see what happens. So yeah, I think we do need to give her a little bench run. There. Right. I think now we'll get this big end cap back on. So if I give that a little bit of oil. Remember, that flywheel's loose, isn't it? I'm not going to put that 3-in-1 on here. I'm actually going to put a bit of proper car oil on that. Being a big end. There we go. Right, let's get this big end shell back on. And then we're going to see if we still got a catch. Because I have a sneaky feeling it's going to catch still. So let me get my little socket. Here we go. Oh, that's going. Where's the other one? Here it is. There we go, that one's going on as well. And how much do we tighten these up? Do we get a surface fit, or is that going to be too tight? Well, that's one starting to nip up. Oh, that's way too tight. We've got to put shim in here, you know. Now, I'm starting to bind there. I think we're going to have to make little tiny shims to go in that conrod so we can actually tighten these bolts down. Right, we're in. We're turning nice and freely here. Except we're still binding. That flywheel's going to walk its way up there. And let me just take that flywheel out of the way. Right, here we go. That is still binding quite badly. It's going free here. Here is lovely. Lovely free movement there. But when it gets to here, we get a bind. And there we get a bind. That conrod is not hitting on that cylinder. No, that's not hitting on that cylinder. Top or bottom. So that's not the conrod hitting on that cylinder. Oh, that is, get that, yeah, we got that notch again there. So notchy. I think the problem is that knoblet what I was showing you yesterday stuck out. So I think what I'm going to do is file that off, take this crank out, file that piece off a little bit, and yeah. We'll be back. So I'll pull this end cap back off again. And then I'll come back once I've got that piece filed out. You don't want to see that crank come out again because you've seen that once. Oh, come on. How long are these bolts? There we go. Putty in there. There we are. crank is actually a little bit tight round this side anyhow. Why is it tight round this side? It's not free spinning really. And that ain't just where that camera's moving, is it? I don't know. I really don't know. No. I really do not know. Let's whip this piston out quickly and just spin the cam. So that's got that there. That's got that there. And yes, you guys are right. These are oil through holes. We're off balance because we ain't got a... Which way around did this go? Yeah, it does come this way, don't it? Yeah. Because our cam, I think... Oh yeah, there's a cam on this flywheel, look. See, there's a cam on there. And I think that's for a set of contact points. I think you nip your contacts in here. Now, I'm going to try and make from scratch a buzz coil. If anybody knows how to make one, let me know. Let's pull this piston out again. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to measure this gudgeon pin because I think that's a tiny bit too long, you know. It's literally virtually flush both sides. If that stick out just a tiny bit, that's going to score the cylinder. And I want to see if that is an Allen key in there to tighten up. See that in there? I'm hoping that's an Allen key to actually tighten this conrod onto if that is an Allen key, even this H2 is too damn big. And I don't think there's a smaller one in this set, and I'm pretty sure I haven't got a damn well smaller one than that, because that is tiny. So I don't think I've got anything remotely small enough. No. No, unless there's such thing as a 1.5mm Allen key, I do not know, but I can assure you that that one doesn't fit, and I haven't got one in this precision set that will fit. Have I? No, that's... Unless this looks a smaller screw, right? I'm going to try a flathead in there. Sometimes with a tiny Allen key you can get... Is that actually turning that? Is that an Allen key in there, guys? Can you might be able to see. Let's look on camera. Oops, let me get, where's my angle? Come on, Fen. Is that an Allen key? If it is, that's a damn small one. There. Sorry for the wobbly camera, but that is an Allen key, isn't it? But I'm desperately trying here to hold that in frame. Now let me mess around and see if anywhere in this set, if there's anything at all that will fit this. Back in a minute. Right, finally. This one here I've got does fit. So we've gone in. There you go. And that's tightened that now. So that Gudgeon pin now is tight. And that's not protruding from the piston. So like, I'm going to call that a little win. Because everything is so small on this, you don't really want to go tighten everything well up, do you? If you know what I mean. It all got to be kept. It's all got to be kept quite small. And, you know, you can't over tighten this stuff. Let me put all these away, so I don't lose that little lot out of the set. Ain't a bad little set for £6, if I'm honest. It's like, it has paid for itself. So let's get this crank back in here. I know I haven't set the cam timing yet, really doesn't matter. We ain't even got a piston in, so it isn't going to matter about the cam timing at the minute. Setting the cam timing up, it is actually quite an easy part of the job. It's not tricky setting the cam timing. You can do that by eye. But I just want to get this crankshaft back in. And see how well it spins. So we will just need to pop that other flywheel back on. And then I think what I'm going to do is whoops, there you go. Oh, that spins quite nicely actually, look at that. Yeah, that actually spins quite nicely. Very little drag. And I think with this other flywheel back on, no, we're not putting the slip ring on. That won't make any difference at the minute. So we'll pop this flywheel back on. Turn that so you can see it. And we need to put our flywheel key in. So we'll line the keyways up at the top. Zoom in here. Plump our keyway back in. Now I'm not going to put that in there very far, but I want it in enough. I'm just doing tiny taps. Notice I used a small dead blow hammer. 3 months ago, Man Cave would have had it in with this. Right. You know, that actually spins quite nicely. I wonder, can I grab a hold of this with my small drill? I think I can get this drill to grab that. Alright, that's grabbed it. Oh, that ain't going to grab that. And there ain't enough out that side, unless we take that flywheel off again and grab it on that side. I was hoping we could grab this with the drill chuck and turn it. But with this drill, no, that's just pushing it off. Right. Because I would like to get this spinning over at some revolutions and see what's going on. Let me have a weigh up. So let's get the big gun on here, because this chuck will open up further. Let's see if this chuck will open up enough. Oh, that's over. Ha-ha! Right. Right, we're turning. Right, that's gripped it. Shall we see? Turning that nicely, look. That engine is surprisingly in balance. Let's go the other way. Yeah, that is surprisingly well in balance. Right, well now we're on speed 2. Now that is doing some revs. There you go. Yeah, that is spinning there, no problem at all. And with that little spin, that's going a lot freer, look. I think that lubrication and that quick spin over has certainly done us some good. Don't worry about them drops of oil in there. That was all oiled up when that went back together. That is good. Is there any play in that? Very little. Any up and down play? None at all. Tiny bit of up and down play on this side, but that is a tiny bit. And that might be playing the flywheel and valve train. Let me button that down a little bit more, because I haven't done these up tight at all. No, I took all that out now. I don't think I tightened this end cap down quite enough. But yeah, that is surprisingly... That has surprisingly... Are we opening that valve still? You know why? Because I hadn't adjusted the damn tap, had I? Now it is. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Yeah, that's opening. But there we go, guys. Oh, that is spinning so much more freely now. Now she's had a spin over. That is excellent. Right, I think the next job is, like I said, file off in here, which is where I think our issue is. I'm pretty sure it's where this crank journal comes through up here and comes through into this piece of the crank. That is sticking proud. Like if I run a flat edge down there, I can feel it. It's hitting on metal. And I'm pretty sure that is what's causing this scar on our conrod. See this scar around here? That looks sneakily like that's where it's catching. This side, it seems it's rubbing through here somewhere. So maybe we need to dust off both of these edges a little and just take a tiny bit out of them. We'll see. We will see, won't we? What's this here? There's actually a little dowel pin there. Right here, look, where I'm pointing. You can't see that, can you? Where are we? I'm trying to zoom in here. Right here, where I'm pointing with this Allen key, that's a little dowel pin. And I wonder if that's tapped in to lock this thing into place. There's another one this side, look. You can see that in the right light, can't you? Right where this Allen key's pointing. There's a little... Where is it? There you go. Right here. There's a little dowel, look. There you go, you can see it better there. And I think they are what locks this to these crankshaft. So yeah, I think protecting this journal so it does not get damaged, although there is a tiny bit of damage on that already, and that isn't me. I don't know whether you can zoom in and see that. There is a little tiny wear mark. There, look. I mean, it looks massive on camera, but see that? Look like that has been just caught with a file. Not me! I can't feel that with my finger. And to be honest with you, there's nothing we can do about it anyhow, is there? That's nothing I've done. I think that has been caught with a file. That might be... Would it be easier to file that with the crank in situ so we can hold it? Oh, you can see from this angle how proud that is, look. Where are we? There. Ah, there you go. Can you see now? I hope you can see just how proud yeah, my scraper's hitting on that. There you go. Yeah. That is sitting well proud, and I think that's what's causing our damage. So let me try and get this filed off, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, we have done some filing in there. Oh, I don't know whether you can see. I have done a bit of nice filing in there with my file. So I want to get some brake clean and just blow any grit or filing debris out of there. Because the last thing you want is iron filings all in your engine. There we go. We'll give that a little bit of air as well. Let's get a little bit of air going. There we go. I know I've took all the lubrication out now. We will re-oil. In fact, we'll re-oil right now. So you guys aren't panicking. Let me put a little bit down there, some drops in that crank journal. Both sides. I'm still taking it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Bit this side. There we are. Bit on them gears. Just in case. That's perfect. Right. What was the point of that? So I need to get the piston back in now, don't I? Right. Let's get that piston back in. There we go. I know I've been filing and got brake filings everywhere. That's way too much. There you go. So before I done too much of that, I did want to reassemble this piston. Cylinders are lubricated, piston and rings are lubricated. So I'm going to stagger them ring gaps about 180 degrees, and we'll get these piston back in. Why isn't that going? Does it go back in better this way up? There we go. Now which way round did this? That come this way round, I think, because that's where our original wear mark was. Yeah. Right. Let's drop this crank back in. Everything clean. Yep. There's a little oiler there, which goes through onto this cam. Pretty sure it was oiled well enough, but you never know, do you? So let's get this back in now. Come on. Come on, all the times you've been in and out. That one was wrong way up. There you go. There we go. Oh, that's so free now. It's unbelievable. All right, let's get this bolted back down. And then we can get our piston back in, or connected back up. And we'll see if we've got rid of that catch. So I didn't take any out of this side, just this side. But I'm really, really hoping it's going to take the catch out of it. That's not right, that's binding. Why is that binding? Something's not right here. That's binding. It's free now. Free that side. What's not right this side? It's like it's not right. It still ain't got. I still feel like it's binding this side. Shouldn't be, but it feels like it is. Right, that's got the binding fixed. So we're now free spinning again. So let's get our piston back on. So if you shove that piston too far up there, that sticks in its upright position. There you go. So let's get this big end journal back on now. And that flywheel is coming loose because that key ain't pushed all the way in. Right, let's get our big end cap back on. There we go. There we go. Assembly oil. Just getting the socket back on, guys. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna start them by hand. It went on fine last time. Is that right? Yeah, it's going in. Unless I have got that big end cap on there the wrong way around. God, that is still tight. That is still way too tight. There is something going on here. We're not taking that notch out. We've still got a heck of a notch in this end. It's not hitting anywhere, is it? No, because he's actually filed a little flat off there where that goes. It's definitely not hitting on that cylinder. You can hear it in this end. So it spins free here. It's round this piece, it's still catching. Oh, that noise I could hear was the split pin where the flywheels walked its way inwards, guys. The split pin was catching on the gears around there, and that was what was making that noise. Right. Oh, we're going to have more fettling with this. Maybe we need to shave a little bit off either side of this conrod, because it seems extremely tight in this side. In this side you can actually see, like yesterday, you can actually see in there, you can actually see a gap. But this side, you can't see a gap. It's like, let's get the camera out and look downwards. It's like it's tight. Now you got to remember, it's not the crankshaft on this side block, because we've ran it really freely without the piston in. It's not the piston, because I can pull that in and out by hand. It's when this conrod's swinging around. Something is not right. There isn't a wear mark on that side, is there? There is a bit, look. There is a bit. I wonder if we've got to take a little piece. I think now the play is actually taken up in here. Between this conrod. So I can't see a gap. I can see a gap this side, but not this side, look. Now it looks like there's a gap there, but believe you me, there isn't. And I think now that's where it's catching. There you go, when it's coming up. That's exactly where it starts to get resistance. So I think it's this conrod where that brass wear is. You can see brass wear in here. So I think that's where our problem is. Anyhow, guys, we're going to leave this video here for today, because it's another hour of fettling with this silly little engine. So I did expect this to be a bit of work when I first turned it over. I thought, ooh, she's going to want a bit of TLC. to get her spinning freely and linearly. So yes, we're going to leave this video here because I can be fettling around with this for another 2 or 3 hours to get it right. So the video will stop, but I will keep going, and I will try with my limited experience. Let me just look down there. Yeah, this side is perfect now. I can see an air gap right down there, so I don't think we've got any catching on this side now. It's definitely not catching on this piece anymore. See that piece in there? That score mark? It's definitely not catching in there now because I can see through it. Just. No, that's perfect. I think now it's catching on this damn side. Something's not quite in kelter. Either something hasn't been machined right, or maybe that cylinder is slightly off kelter and that's pushing it that way. I don't know. It don't look exactly central. Let me try and run you guys directly down the back here, and you'll see what I mean. It doesn't look. Are you looking sort of dead central to that? You kind of are now. No, you're not. Not at all. Oh, that's because the camera's wrong, isn't it? There we go. I keep forgetting my lens on my camera is on one side. Right, let me try and line this up best I can. I think you're about there, looking dead onto that engine. Does that conrod look to you like that's coming this way? Oh, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like the cylinder is not lined up exactly with that crank. And I don't think there's any way of adjusting that. So I think we're going to have to fettle it off our conrod. Thing is, it's free there. And if it was out, it would be tight on its main journal there, wouldn't it? And it's not. It is free as a daisy there, look. It's just when it comes to catch. So I'm thinking, yeah, if that was off and you had this tightened, because that is tight, isn't it? Yeah, there's no play on that big end cap. If that was off cal, that would be tight on that main crank journal, wouldn't it? But because it's only getting tight here, I think it's probably wants a little bit of machining, a little bit of filing off this brass conrod. Luckily that's only brass, so it will file easy. It's not the paint on there gamming it up, guys. Oh, that is loose, that. Yeah, that's, now I'm around this side, this big end has come loose. Right, okay. We've got to make a shim in there though, because that is still too tight. Still a little bit tight. We have got to shim this. Got to remember there's no shells in there. We've basically got soft bearings. There you go. There you go. So we do need to shim this a little. There you go. Gosh, that's tight. I'm going to have to do some fettling. I'll try and get some shim material. I think a Coke can might even be too thick. Or else I'd say we'll make some shims out of aluminium Coke can, but I think that's, like I say, too thick. See, it's perfect there. Just when it comes round, it's catching. So yeah, I think it's this conrod. So I'm going to have another fettle with this. And I'll try and, well, I will come back, hopefully, when the next time you see this, it'll be free. Now, I don't want to film all this because I've got to take the crank out again, file a bit off the conrod, fit it back. There could be a lot of fitting and removal and filing and fettling, and you'd get bored of looking at this little engine. So I'll do all that off camera, and then we'll be back. But for now, that's going to be it for a little hit and miss. We have seen in the carburetor. Seems good. Yeah, spray as a daisy there. Just when you get around here, see the score. Right, yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. I will see you next time. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Don't worry, guys, don't worry. For you that didn't vote for this little engine, we are going to get to the generator. We are going to get to that little rotary inverter, rotary dynamotor, and we are going to get to the bell. We'll do them all, but we're going to concentrate our efforts on this one. And when the carb kit turns up for this, we'll get the carb kit in this, put this in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm ordering a kit simply because I need the gasket for here, and I need the float bowl gasket, which I'll put a bit of RTV on. So yeah, we bought a whole kit we'll put in. Right, that is going to be it. So I will see you guys next time. So it's bye-bye from me, and it's bye-bye from this little wit. I think someone said it was a replica of a wit. Ah! Bye-bye for now.